Howling Podcast!
Let's go! 3 idiots on a podcast. Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Runza sucks.
We don't know if any of that's true, but oh, Jordan, don't give me this technically crap. Come on.
Got personal this week.
Lots of stuff happened. Just
Chad Berger, Brian Dawson of USD.
Yeah, you're wrong.
You guys do it in a really professional manner, and it's awesome.
Good evening, Cow fans. Welcome into Season 2, Episode 15 of the Howling Podcast, where Runza is okay. We continue defying gravity, and no good deed goes unpunished. The wicked, awesome Chad Berger, Mark Wendt, yours truly, Jordan Decker, all here ready to go. New friend of the show, USD President Sheila Gestring joins us momentarily. We will recap the week that was in Coyote Athletics, as well as look ahead to upcoming events for this week. I Chart of the Week and our Dairy Queen Player of the Week, as always, closes out the show. Some business first, though. Quick disclaimer on the show. The opinions of the Howling Podcast show are Mark, Chad's, and myself, and do not represent USD or USD Athletics. Social channels, you can find us on X at HowlWithUs3, myself at JD6Op5, Mark Wendt at WDiamond605, and Chad Berger at Chad Berger, BIRGER, at Chad Berger. On Facebook, if you're following us and joining us there tonight, thank you. If not, just search the Howling Podcast. Please like and follow our Facebook page. On YouTube, at the Howling Podcast. Welcome to our YouTube listeners tonight. Please smash that subscribe button if you have not already, and feel free to leave a comment for questions for President Gestring or any of us fellows. Instagram, this is run by one of us. I'll leave you to guess who it is, but it's at _howling_podcast. So we're new at the Instagram thing, but give us a follow and enjoy the content. As always, tonight's show brought to you by our friends at 19 Brewing Company in Vermilion. So before we get going, a quick word from Katie at 19 Brewing Company.
Looking for a place where good beer meets better company? Welcome to 19 Brewing Company, Vermilion's first craft brewery and home to Coyote Legacy Blonde Ale. Brought to you by 2 USD alumni, Coyote Legacy isn't just any beer. It's a chance to give back to student scholarships while enjoying a refreshing blonde ale. With 12 rotating taps, a flavor at your self-seltzer, and homemade root beer, we have something for every Coyote fan. 19 Brewing Company. Good beer, better company.
With that, we welcome in Chad and Mark. Fellas, good to see you. Did you survive the weekend?
Yeah. I ate a crap ton of turkey and watched a crap ton of football.
Yeah, I watched a lot of sports, including a playoff game in the Dakota Dome. So it was a great weekend. Yeah, awesome. Glad to be back. Good to see both of you. Lots of great stuff happened this week. Mark, do you want to go over any of those results?
Let's do it. Football, as you might have heard, played a playoff game in a snowy Saturday inside the Dakota Dome where it was 72 degrees. We beat Drake 38-17. Moved on to the second round. Volleyball Summer League tournament. Lost a tough one in 5 sets to the eventual champion, St. Thomas. Women's basketball destroyed Arkansas Pine Bluff in the SCSC 73-41, and then dropped their first game of the season up in Wyoming, 59-66. And men's basketball, did I say that wrong?
Chad, are you okay with the way those numbers are listed there?
Always the winning score first, Mark.
That's okay. What he didn't like. All right, interesting. Okay, and men's basketball was out in Rapid City at the Monument and defeated Air Force 80-63.
I know we haven't had a lot of losses, so we haven't had a lot of practice doing this lately. But yeah,
I don't know how to do it.
Yeah,
I did that. Mark, that's me.
No, I got your back, Jordan. You're good.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right. Well, Jordan,
she is the 18th president of the University of South Dakota, the second USD grad and woman to serve the position at USD. This has been over a year in the works. We welcome in our new friend of the show, President of the University of South Dakota, Sheila Gestring.
Hello.
Well,
Thank you for having me.
They can't hear the
Finally,
claps.
after a year.
President Gestring, I'm going to start this off. Chad, if you can bring up that picture again. About a year ago, we were privileged and honored to be invited to your suite at a football game. Besides us absolutely raiding your fridge in the suite, we noticed your intensity and passion at the game. Where does that intensity, passion for athletics come from?
I think I've been around sports pretty much as long as I can remember. I think competitor was injected into my veins at birth, and sports was a natural fit for that. So I don't like to lose.
That's very evident based on what we have witnessed, seeing you at that and other sporting events, USD sporting events over the years. I want to kind of shift things a little bit and talk about the institutional role in, overseeing the athletic department and kind of, maintaining everything. It was announced that friend of the show, Dr. Carrie Oyen, is the faculty athletic rep. What does a faculty athletic rep do, and how do they work with you on athletics?
Yeah, it's a big role. I'll try to bring it to the 50,000 foot view, but more or less, she is the faculty liaison between the student athlete and the faculty, the athletics department and the faculty, to make sure that we have that academic integrity within the department, and that the student athletes are communicating well with our faculty, and the faculty are working well with our student athletes, because you can imagine the schedules that they have, and faculty aren't always aware of what those schedules might look like. And a lot of the policies that have come from that work have actually expanded out into all manner of student activities. So if our band needs to travel, or some other performance group, or even the law students go out on a competition, a lot of those policies have translated from that work, and so it's really been really good for students in all of that work throughout the university in any of those groups. But really a great liaison between the academic enterprise and the athletic enterprise, and Dr. Oyen, as you can imagine, does a fabulous job.
With a smile on her face.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. President Gestring, I wanted to ask you about we mentioned the volleyball team dropping the St. Thomas match up in Brookings. And my first thought was, especially for Cameron, like maybe we get into this NIVC or whatever it was called. And we've had great runs in the WNIT and women's basketball in the past. Were there any conversations that you had with the volleyball tournament and kind of overall what goes into those discussions when we're unfortunately not the conference champion?
Yeah, this year my understanding is they're not doing the NVIC tournament, which was a little disappointing. I was saying earlier, I don't remember a time while I've been president that we haven't had that opportunity to be either in the NCAA tournament or in that NVIC. And I was wondering exactly what I'm going to do with my schedule in terms of volleyball run. I think we've been in the tournament 5 years out of the 7 that I've been president now. 18, 19, 20 got pushed to 21, 22, and 24 now. So yeah, I was a little disappointed they weren't going to have that NVIC tournament this year.
President Gestring, at the football level, obviously for most of the colleges across the country, football is the driving revenue generator, things like that. With that ever-evolving landscape at the FCS level, are you involved in meetings with other presidents, chancellors, whether they're formal or informal, meetings with presidents, chancellors, athletic directors throughout the year to kind of just brainstorm ideas of how to handle the ever evolving situations at our FCS level?
Yeah, great question. The Missouri Valley Football Conference presidents, when I first started in this role, it seemed like we met maybe once, twice a year at the most. And now we have at least quarterly meetings. There for a while, it was even more frequently than that because of this sort of ever evolving landscape and the President Dunn and I up there at that school to the north, we have regular conversations as well. I'm very close with the other two Dakota presidents, and have pretty significant conversations on a regular basis. Of course, we're also connected through the Summit League in all other sports. So the athletic directors I know are also pretty closely connected and have those conversations a lot as well. I mean, really privileged to have those peer connections and to be able to have those individuals to talk to, um, because of this constantly changing landscape.
President Gestring, we've had some major announcements as far as facilities and things like that over the past couple months here at USD. How involved are you with the donors and things like that with some of those facilities? And what about like looking at maybe adding sports or expanding programming or things like that?
Yeah. Well, I have to say our athletic director, John Schemmel, is just fantastic. He keeps me very engaged, very involved. Love every minute of it. You started the question about athletics, and I really do enjoy being part of athletics. And he keeps me very up to date and informed and engaged. And our donors, particularly throughout the university, are just so impassioned about the university as a whole, and our athletic donors are no different. And so I enjoy that engagement as well. But having the conversation about the strategy for athletics going forward, what facilities do we need? Um, I enjoy strategic conversations generally. I've really enjoyed John's plan and being a part of him putting that together. So I was very much engaged in that. The new field house is incredibly exciting, and knowing what it's going to do for the student athletes, but also for the greater community, and having those conversations with John just made it that much more exciting. So yeah, very engaged.
We look forward to that getting completed. Looks cool.
Yeah.
Wanted to ask you, just put on your fan hat here. I've had several conversations with people trying to get them to come to women's basketball games in particular. The difference between last year and this year, I have a trouble describing exactly the difference. Can you help me with that at all?
Maybe. All of our student athletes are such fabulous human beings, and last year's team was, and this year's team is, but boy, there is just a different level of grit and energy watching this year's team. And I wow, they are something special. They are watching this year's team. You need to be there to really truly experience it. And unfortunately, I'm going to miss Saturday because I'll be in Georgia, but it's worth the trip. Those ladies are special. This is going to be a good season. I can feel it.
Yeah, 100%.
We all feel it. Us
Yeah.
three and Jerry P, we joke like, if only people would have listened to us just a few short months ago. We knew at the time. President Gestring, just to kind of roll in off that, I know this could maybe be a difficult question, but at the athletic level, what are you most proud of right now with USD athletics?
I'm just so proud of where the athletics department is holistically. The athletic success is fantastic. The academic success of our student athletes is unbelievably impressive. And I think, as much as anything, the way they come together as teammates, that's something that will carry with them throughout their entire lives. If you can come together as a team, and you've seen it with football, you've seen it with men's and women's basketball, you've seen it with volleyball, you've seen it with all of these sports, softball, soccer, you name it, men's and women's swim and dive, all of the sports, you see it year in and year out. And I attribute that to the coaches and the incredible coaches that we have. But when you can learn to come together as a team and carry that with you throughout your life, you are going to have success in life. And so that's what makes me proud, is what our student athletes are learning as human beings while they're here. And I think that's something unique and special here at the USD Athletics Department.
President Gestring, I'm going to kind of shift gears a little bit here and talk about, the role that sports media has kind of taken up in the past few years. And there have been some tremendous gaps, and luckily fan-based media, such as shows like the Howling Podcast, have stepped up and filled some of those gaps that traditional media has created. What do you foresee as the role of sports media over the next, 4 or 5 years here?
Oh, who knows? But thank goodness for your podcast and the Back the Pack podcast. I think the fan engagement it creates is fantastic, and I'm just so grateful for the work that you guys do. Um, I don't know how to predict sports media or any media. It's just changing so fast all the time. But I know that I stay up to date. I watch. I've told you guys it might be Sunday nights, depending how exhausted I am that weekend, or it might be Monday morning as I'm getting ready to start the week of work. But I definitely try to keep up with everything that's out there and available. So appreciate what you guys do. You do a really nice job.
Well, and a quick follow up on that. Not only us, but I mean USD in general has some fantastic people involved. John Thayer. Happy birthday, John! Jordan, do you want to sing to him real quick?
Yeah.
He's on mute right now. So John Thayer, Jerry Paleschi, I mean, all the people that do kind of the traditional roles. And I still listen to a lot of the games on the radio as well. Even when I'm there, I bring my radio. But kind of going into streaming and things like that, how big of a role does the athletic department and the university play with kind of driving that, how the content gets delivered to fans as well?
Yeah, no, that's a great point. Doing the Coyote Report down at OLC and doing the Yoke Cast every week and doing the radio shows, trying to deliver the media in as many different varieties and ways in which we can to our fan base is critical. And I know a lot of people, even in the stands when they're at the games, will turn on John just to listen to him because he's so good at what he does. So appreciate all of those individuals as well, and even our sports marketing team and what they do, and the various individuals that'll put things out on X, Twitter, whatever it is, and the various social media options just to support the team and get some content out for each of the teams and get information out to our fans about what the teams are doing in practice, or putting some highlight clips out there and just keep that information out there for our fans and support our student athletes and highlight what they're doing too. It's all really important to keep that engagement going.
President Gestring, besides business stats, if there was a course you could teach at USD, what would it be?
Psychology.
Psychology. I was expecting a business related one.
No, I think I use psychology more than I use any of my business courses that I took in college in my current role.
Like, are we talking like general psychology or abnormal psychology?
No comment.
Good answer.
So,
And Jordan, why did you say besides business stats?
Well, because our 15-time reigning professor of the game of the Howling podcast, Chad Berger, teaches business stats.
Oh, okay. And if that guy can do it, then anyone can. Oh. Oh, good stuff. So
no,
you
I
mentioned,
think he was asking because of my business background.
yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Yeah. You mentioned earlier about being a competitor. Do you have any stories about when you played, or what did you play and things along those lines?
Yeah, so I played basketball at not then called the University of Sioux Falls, which dates me quite a bit. Chad, you may know what it used to be referred to. Stories. Oh gosh, lots of stories. Boy, which one? What can I share?
You can
I
make
think
stuff up too. No one's gonna fact check you.
no, I'll share one. I did not know when I was playing that these smaller schools, we were also NAIA at the time, that an NAIA school received a check from larger schools, like a school to the north. And when I was recruited to play, I was recruited to play a 3 shooting guard. I mean, they have all different terminology now, that many years later. But a couple of ladies in front of me that were supposed to be the post players didn't do so well academically. And so I had to learn how to play post very quickly. And we went to that school up north, and I had these really nice new white shoes. And when I returned back to Sioux Falls, there were an awful lot of blue scuff marks on them from this 6'2" young lady who was far more gifted and talented than I. And at the time, had I known that Brookings had paid us a check, it would have been a lot more easy to accept those blue scuff marks.
Do you still have the shoes?
No. But I think that also fueled my fire for winning when we play them.
I absolutely love it. And I appreciate the passion. And President Gestring, can't thank you enough. Personally, thank you for your passion towards USD athletics. And I not only am I proud to root for the Coyotes, but also to be an employee of the University of South Dakota. So I can't thank you enough for what you do. And for you joining us tonight. I know it's been a long time coming. We've talked about having you on for a while, and just really glad it worked out this evening.
Well, thanks for all that each one of you do, and thanks for doing this podcast. And it was fun to join you tonight. So thanks for everything, and go Yotes.
Go Yotes.
Go Yotes. We'll see you soon. Thanks, President Gestring.
Thank you. See ya.
Take care.
All right. Well,
still undefeated.
Undefeated. We always have the best guests on this show. Still batting 1,000 on this one, guys.
Yep.
I was kind of hoping she still had the shoes.
Yeah, not with blue on them.
I think. Don't you think they got auctioned off several years ago? I mean, those are probably collector's items.
They might.
Calling all you.
We calling all Coyotes? Maybe? Question mark. Higher pitched register? Are we getting higher pitched? Are we telling something?
Well, we've had a few comments out there. If you're out there on Facebook, X, YouTube, go ahead and join in on some of the comments. Some of the comments we got, Dr. O said, too kind, very lucky to be surrounded by wonderful people who care about our student athletes. including President Gestring. Amazing place USD is. And so very happy with that. Lots of other comments out here. I don't even know if I can go through all of them right now, trying to keep up with the interview, but go ahead and keep those coming, and we'll see if we can feature those during the show. Jordan, before we move on, though, why don't you tell us about our newest sponsor?
Yeah, special thanks to Lonnie and Dairy Queen of Vermilion, Hartford, and Del Rapids. Their holiday treat menu is new. The holiday nog shake. It's very confusing. Holiday nog shake. The frosted sugar cookie blizzard and the peppermint bark blizzard. I have had an embarrassingly amount of the frosted sugar cookie blizzard. Don't tell my wife, but they are delicious. So I would definitely recommend heading out to Dairy Queen and getting one of the new holiday treat menu items. They are delicious. So special thanks to Lonnie, Dairy Queen, Vermilion, Hartford, and Del Rapids, our new sponsor of the Howling Podcast Player of the Week.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys, my wife stopped at the Dairy Queen in Hartford the other day, and just the OG, the chicken strip basket at Dairy Queen. With the gravy and the toast and everything, you can't go wrong with that. That's a banger every time. Like that's always a winner.
I'm a little weird. I'll sometimes dip my chicken strip in the blizzard. Am I the only one that does that?
Nope.
Is that weird? Yeah.
Nope.
No, that's good.
I do
that's
fries.
Good. Yep.
Sometimes I go to with some fries and a chocolate malt. Don't at me.
Can't go wrong with some Dairy Queen. That's always a winner. Well, in addition to trying out the new blizzards and stuff, you can actually support Aiden Bauman and get DQ. To do that, if you have your phone right now, go ahead and open up the camera app on your phone and point it at your television screen if you're watching us on TV. If you're not on TV, there's ways to do this. I think you open up your Google. I don't even know. Goodness gracious, I can't describe what's happening right now. Matter of fact, just go back to YouTube on your TV, pull us up, and scan this one and go to the website.
I know there's people that watch us on TV, so this QR code should be big enough.
It's plenty big. Yep.
$5, $10, $20. Just donate. You get a free DQ gift card.
Put your nickname under donor nickname. Put your X handle or real name. And then under donation note, type in Dairy Queen and come find us at a Yotes game. Any one of us will get you that DQ gift card. So make sure to support Aiden and raise money to help fight kids' cancer. Mark, you looked like you had something to say there.
Well, I was just trying to remember because I had asked this question before in another group chat, like when that fundraising effort ends. I feel like that's coming up.
It's soon. So, it's a month away. Dang it. It was a group chat we're in about the football game, so it's buried there. But I think it's a month left or so. It's before the championship game.
So, yep.
And Aiden is now losing, at least before the weekend, to the quarterback of SDSU by a couple $100. So if you have the means, want some free DQ, let's get Aiden back on top where he rightfully belongs in this competitive but fun race. I think they're over $102,000 raised for childhood cancer research, which is just insane. But Aiden trails Chase Mason of SDSU by a couple $100. So if you got the means, scan the QR code, and Mark and I or Chad we'll find you and get you those DQ gift cards. Let's get Aiden back in first place for a great cause.
Yeah. All right, Mark. News and notes.
LJ Phillips Jr. named to the Walton Payton Award finalist list. Well deserved for LJ. He has my vote. Nick Rounds, Emily and Maddox Mork were named Quick Star Peak Performers of the Week for Swim and Dive. USD women's basketball are receiving votes in the latest AP poll. We'll see if that new poll comes out tomorrow. We'll see if they're still getting votes. Eric Peterson, out in Air Force, got his 100th career win as a head coach. So congrats to friend of the show, Coach Petey. Love ya. And as we just mentioned, Dairy Queen gift card still available. Make a donation. Come find one of us, and we'll hook you up with some DQ goodness.
How did you say Emily's last name again?
Emily was awarded Peak Performer of the Week for swim and dive.
Prospero.
Well, we'll have to have Coach back on to tell us some of this
Or
stuff.
have Emily on.
Yeah,
As someone
exactly.
who has, I mean, Mahold is very much mispronounced. As someone who's half my family is Mahold, it's Mahowild. So I'm sure we're butchering the Prospero, but future friend of the show, Emily, I'm sure will correct us when she's on.
Yeah. Congrats.
Congrats. Awesome. But let's talk about some of the games, guys. So football, I don't know if you knew this, Jordan, but football actually hosted the Bulldogs from Drake at the Dakota Dome on Saturday, and in front of state high attendance of 3964, the Yotes came out victorious.
Yeah, say that again one more time.
17 in this one.
The highest attended game in the state of South Dakota yesterday occurred in Vermilion.
That's just facts.
Straight facts. So this one, obviously, first quarter 3-3. Right away, Drake took the opening kickoff. They won the toss and chose to receive. Mark and I were baffled at that decision, but I mean, that's how they wanted to roll. So they did, and that turned out to be an okay decision. They drove the ball down the field and kicked a field goal. And then the Yotes responded with a Will Leyland field goal to tie things up. That's where the first quarter ended, at a 3-3 tie. Second quarter, Yotes tacked on 14 more to Drake's 7, taking us to the third quarter, where that decision to take the ball the first half really did not pay off for Drake. They kicked off to open the second half, and the Yotes made them pay, scoring 53 seconds into the third quarter to put the Yotes ahead. And then after that, just piling things on, tacked on another touchdown there and another one in the fourth. And then Drake had to have the help of some officials there in the fourth quarter to tack on a late touchdown, 7 points at the end there to bring that final to 38-17.
Bad beat.
As far as the game went, it was a 3-hour game, could have been a lot shorter. A lot of flags happened in this one. We don't have the official, statistics on here for that, but the temperature in the dome, it was gorgeous. 72.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Light was fantastic. It was a great football weather in there, Mark.
Very little breeze. Yeah. Just beautiful inside there. So
not a better place to watch a football game in the state of South Dakota.
I was a little chillier. I was 70 degrees inside.
Well, that's dad thermostat. So yeah.
And I think that 72 is field level probably, because we mentioned, Chad, when we sat down, it was a little chilly up in row 2 or 3 where we're at. I mean, 68 probably.
Yeah. Well,
that's all right.
We toughed it out.
Did you guys have popcorn?
We did.
We had a lot of different. We sampled a lot of the fare there. We'll just say that there was some Southwest wraps or something that would. I mean, just fantastic. So lots of good stuff. As far as some individual statistics, Aiden Bauman finished the game 15 for 20 for 261 yards and 4 touchdowns. Of those 4 touchdowns, Lorenzo Fenner had 5 catches, and 3 of those were touchdowns. 115 yards for him as well. LJ Phillips also did his thing, 14 carries, 132 yards and a touchdown. Fantastic offensive performance. Guy that didn't even make the slides here. Who was on the program, Mark?
Well, Jack Martins would have had a fantastic day. He might have even won the DQ player of the game. Unfortunately, he had a punt return called back for on a bogus penalty. I feel like there was 1 or 2 other deals where he was involved in that ended up getting called back, but he did have a touchdown catch. I think he ended up with 3 catches for 25 yards and a touchdown. But and you mentioned the start of the second half. Braden White opening kickoff to start the second half, almost 69-yard return, game on, and then from there it was just a matter of how bad we were going to beat them.
Can we go over a recap, like brief recaps here?
Go.
Like from point of view. I mean, you guys, this was, I know 38-17, but this was dominating. I mean, you guys know this. I don't really consider the first drive either way, offense, defense. That's teams getting the feelers out there. The last 2 years, we've experienced that a lot with teams scoring on their first drive. Northern State, SDSU, the very first play of the game, this game too. Besides that last second touchdown, they scored once. And I know that there's some national level FCS folks that are still like, well, they didn't really blow out Drake. The offense really didn't. I'm like, they scored 6 of the first 7 possessions of the game. Like, what more do you want from the Yotes? I thought Drake is a very formidable opponent in the Pioneer League. This was a great game on offense. Did things take a little bit of time? Sure. But I thought the defense played great. Nate, can you get the stats back up there? I mean, Nate was all over the place, it seemed, whether it was, solo tackles or just altering certain things. I mean, this was what we expected after a bye, and hopefully everyone's healthy. Aiden, LJ, and Lorenzo did their thing. Jack, that should have, penalties. We won't get into it, but I thought this was a great first round playoff game for USD. I thought it was very well done. Very different Drake team, very different Yote team from when they played back in September. I could be wrong. It might have been October, but I'm thinking September. But very happy, very proud of the way USD played. This one was over early, and I'm glad the Yotes took care of business.
Yeah. Nate Ewell, 10 tackles. Caden Crawford just living in the Drake backfield back there. 6 tackles, 2 sacks. And he sat out most of the fourth quarter in this one. That tackle for Drake had no business blocking him. And then Nathan LePerry had 3 tackles and a sack as well. RJ Stewart, 2 PBUs in the game. Just guys balling out on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Complete performance. They looked the part. I think I don't know, feels like they're peaking at the right time.
And Aiden really continues to be poised. I mean, that's the one thing like his patience and with the routes developing. I mean, I'll say it, it's NFL caliber. It is. He continues to get better every week and put up these stats, and Lorenzo's catches are amazing, man. I hope to see he's a Sunday talent at the next level. So we're going to enjoy it. As we'll say coming up here, we got a game on Saturday against Mercer. Tough team, great quarterback, but what a game against Drake for these guys.
Well, Lorenzo Fenner, 3 touchdowns on 5 catches. That's 60% of his catches were touchdowns. That's a pretty good ratio.
I still think he's above 33% for the year, touchdown to reception. 33% of his catches are touchdowns for the year-ish.
And these are inside and outside the red zone too.
Oh yeah. Like, and especially Saturday, a lot of deep balls. And like you say, Aiden was on the money all day. So,
and I'd be remiss. I mean, the O-line continues to be amazing workhorses.
Yep.
Well, Jordan, you mentioned something about people not complaining about not blowing them out by enough or something. But it doesn't matter. It's playoff football. The only thing that matters in playoff football is winning the game. And so you can see here the lower right part of the bracket, however you want to look at it. You can see that South Dakota, with the win over Drake, now moves on to face number 6 seed Mercer. That's at 11 a.m. on Saturday at Mercer. And the other half, Montana hosts South Dakota State. So lots of good stuff there. I didn't want to put all of the 16 games up here and take a look at that, but this just, got to beat Mercer first, right? That's the important one. That's probably the game we should focus on this week, is that game against Mercer. Anything else that could happen, might happen, not really a concern right now. Got to take care of it.
And you're right, Chad. The only thing I would say is, fans, there's a very small but still literal chance we could host a game. Just be attentive to the Montana. It's a couple hours after our game. When we win, beat Mercer, just pay attention to that game. If the folks up in Brookings get a dub, there's going to be ticket information sent out about that 4 to 5 o'clock hour Central Time. So just pay attention. I know, Chad. I know I'm putting the cart before the horse here, but I just want our fans to know there is still a chance, small, but a chance that we could host. And I know, Mark, I 100% agree. Their quarterback of Mercer he's good. He's darn good.
They put up points.
They put up points.
The weather report looks like it might rain. So I don't know what that means overall, but I like our running game for sure.
Well, it means there's an opportunity for some fans out there to make some really cool weather report videos and post them on Twitter or Facebook or things like that.
Chad, you want to drive 17 hours? I'm game.
I really don't, but I'd rather fly, honestly.
No, 11 o'clock. And hey, I'm going to try to work with some folks, get some watch parties here in Sioux Falls, at least to watch the game at 11. But just pay attention to the fans page on Facebook, our social media. We're going to try to get some fun stuff happening on Saturday. So if Yote fans are in the area in Sioux Falls, if you're outside of Sioux Falls, Omaha, Rapid City, let's get some watch parties scheduled and let's get the word out so folks can come and hang out.
And I don't know if we want to make a PSA video for everyone on Facebook, but the game will be on ESPN networks. You have to have an ESPN Select or ESPN Unlimited subscription in order to watch the games on Saturday.
Yep.
Clip that. Post it, Mark. Clip that and post it. We'll get that taken care of.
I like how they make it so simple.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, that's football. We got a lot more. We could break down a whole lot more, but there was a lot of other stuff that happened this week. One of the things on Monday, the Yotes went up to Brookings for volleyball and unfortunately had the season ended by eventual champion, Summit League champion, St. Thomas in this one up in First Bank and Trust Arena. This one, guys, I was there. It was a heartbreaker. St. Thomas really played very, very well. That first set, we've been talking about the first set all season for the Yotes. Just a few mistakes. The 4 service errors there in the first set really hurt things. And the Yotes ended up dropping that first set 25-22. Came back in the second set and responded with a 25-22 victory of their own. And then the third set, the Yotes came out and dominated 25-16 in that one. At that point, things were looking really, really good. And then set 4 happened. Set 4, things were going well. I think it was tied up 17-17 in the fourth set. And then St. Thomas just went on a run there to close things out and got the 25-19 victory. And then in set 5, Yotes couldn't get anything really going and dropped that one 15-9.
Like you say, Chad, after that third set, you thought we're fine. We're going to do this, lose the first set and win the next 3 kind of deal. And unfortunately, obviously St. Thomas got hot as the results of the entire tournament show. We just couldn't finish them. So
just a team on a mission. And you saw that on Tuesday night when they played the other South Dakota school for the championship.
No.
Well, and it was one of those things, guys, being there, it was tough, watching the young ladies at the end of this one. Got to see some of the gals, but Cameron Ferris, the one senior friend of the show, we had her on here. Just having her as, this was her last opportunity to kind of see the floor for the Yotes, and that was a tough one. I know a couple things in the match that I really noticed. Number one, the gargantuan scoreboard above center court at First Bank and Trust Arena. They need to figure out a way to get rid of that darn thing for volleyball. That has no place being in a volleyball arena. I don't know. It's a basketball.
Was it too low?
Oh, it's gigantic. It's 400. I think it probably belongs in like the Dallas Cowboy Stadium. I didn't get out a tape measure, but I'm assuming it's 482 feet in height. It's just ridiculously big. And, I'm not saying that cost the Yotes anything. I'm just saying that does not belong in a volleyball arena. Okay. Volleyball arenas should have high ceilings, should not have anything over center court, over the net. So that's just my own personal opinion.
They've got to be the only arena, and give credit. It looks like a beautiful arena, but they've got to be the only one in the Summit League that has a center hanging in that size of an arena, right? Like ours doesn't. St. Thomas's new one, I don't think, has like a center hanging one. Theirs are off, on the baselines. It just doesn't fit in that small, because you're right. Like in volleyball, the ball's going to be that's close. It's a little low. And they upgraded. They got a little bigger with Daktronics up there, and nice scoreboard.
That company's not even based in South Dakota anymore. So
okay.
Their headquarters is someplace else. As far as statistics go, you can see them on here. Cameron Ferris wrapped up her career with 0 kills in this one, but did have 32 digs for the Yotes in this one. Avery Van Hook, 58 assists, doing some good things. Amanda Lotion playing that middle. Going into next year, if you're not excited for Amanda Lotion, I don't know what you've been watching this season. Hitting 400 in the Summit League tournament against an eventual champion. That's a really good percentage there, and great season for Amanda Lotion. As far as, Lauren Medic finishing things out strong, she did have 12 kills and 14 points in this one. I think that midseason injury, kind of, slowed her down a little bit from the trajectory she was on early on in the conference season, but expecting big things out of Lauren Medic in the future. Audrey Nelson as well. Same thing. 11 kills in this one from Audrey. I feel like in that second and third sets, Audrey was really playing some very good volleyball. But friend of the show, Morgan Bodie, had a tremendous season as well. Finished this one with 10 kills, a couple blocks there as well. And then the freshman Ava Ball, guys.
She's going to be.
She probably had one of her best. She had a career high in kills in this one, or something around there. Hit 296. She was hitting near 400 pretty much the first three and a half sets there. So just for being a freshman and stepping up in that environment and playing big, looking for big things out of Ava Ball going forward as well.
Yeah, I think you're right, Chad. I don't know. I haven't heard anyone say that Lauren Medic was 100% at this. I doubt she was. She just, obviously there was a pretty significant injury, kept her out for several weeks, and she came back. But overall, obviously, we shout out to Cameron, one of our favorites, friend of the show. But looking forward, boy, there's a lot of talent coming back.
Another top 25 class coming in too.
Yeah. So
yeah,
good things.
Yeah, the future's bright for Yote volleyball. We'll just say that.
Correct.
And honestly, Cameron, we saw Cameron at the football game yesterday. Mark, gosh, that was one of the highlights of my day.
Yeah,
just she saw us and her face just lit up, and hey guys, it was just fantastic. It was such a cool moment. So yeah, really appreciate getting to know her over the past few years, and what an awesome individual.
Endorsed.
All right. Well, hey, we had other sports going on too. Football, volleyball, women's basketball hosted Arkansas Pine Bluff this week as well, Tuesday night, in front of 1,160 fans at the SCSC. This one, Yotes started off pretty strong there, 16 points, 16-10 lead at the end of the first quarter. And then 16 more in the second quarter, and then 18 more in the third quarter. But the Yotes seem to get stronger as the game goes on. And that, I think, is a result of the toughness as well as the depth of this Yote squad.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You're 100% right. Yep. We're moving the ball. They're making you defend for the entire basketball game, and eventually you'll break. And that's what happened in this particular contest.
Well, some of the statistics in this one, Angie, friend of the show, 21-6 in this one. Patience Williams, 11-6. Elise Turabiates, 11 points, 7 rebounds in this one. And Mark, just go ahead and scroll all the way down to the bottom of that rebounding column. What does that say? What's that number down there?
39
rebounds in this game. And I think we mentioned earlier holding the opponent to 41 points. So almost got more rebounds than the opponent had points in this one. That's a pretty good indicator of what style of basketball the Yotes are playing this season.
Yeah,
Number one difference between, there's a lot of differences between last year and this year. Rebounding
Right.
for sure.
Right.
Offense and defense.
And the other thing I would point out is, like I mentioned, like on offense, where it's not, Grace was awesome, friend of the show, love Grace. But we could go multiple different directions if we need points here. As you can see, was there 5 in double figures here? So
yeah,
it's a really fun brand of basketball. If you've checked out for the last year because you went to a couple games and it was hard to watch, like you need to check back in because it's not hard to watch anymore at all.
This is what you saw, guys. Like, this is what you saw, these points, this spread, 4, 5, 6 players per game. This is what you saw at the top of the Summit League last year.
Right.
So very, very encouraging with the squad.
Yeah, Molly Joyce and Josie Hill also finished in double digits, double figures for this one. But Tori Schlegel, Jenna Hopp, the Alyssa Bartlett, some of these people can score as well.
Yeah,
but just don't need it on certain nights. So they can contribute in other fashions, defensively, rebounding, a few assists in there. So lots of ways that the Yotes are contributing this season. So a big victory over Arkansas Pine Bluff on Tuesday. Then yesterday, the men's basketball team played against Air Force out at the Summit Arena at the Monument in Rapid City, South Dakota. So this was a interesting matchup, playing kind of a in-state game. And, these things are cool. It gives a different part of South Dakota a chance to see South Dakota's men's basketball team in action. And I'm a huge fan of this. I wish that it wouldn't have conflicted with the other games that were happening that day, because it would have been really neat to spend a little bit more time, effort, and energy on this one. But you can see that in this one, the Yotes came out victorious 80-63 in front of 2,348 fans out there in Rapid City.
It looked like a great crowd.
Great crowd.
The feed was interesting. We only got the PA announcers, so it was a little tricky. But overall, a Mountain West team in Air Force and to pick up the W. And as we mentioned earlier in the show, Coach Petey's 100th career win as head coach. So again, congrats to Coach Petey. The men's team as well. I feel like trending up.
Yeah, future friend of the show, Mark Riggs, called a terrific game for this one. No, he really did. Mark called a great game. I thought it was kind of funny though. For Air Force, there was a guard, I think. I'll pull it up here. Cam Sanders, 15 points on 15 of 15 free throws. Isn't that insane? Number 3. Yeah, because I was like, there was a guard then, and I looked at the stats. No, I thought it was a really well-rounded effort by the Yotes. I'd like to see our bigs get a little bit more offensive rebounds, but it's the style of play we have. Yeah, there's the stats there. 14 assists on 29 main field goals. I think that's a pretty good, good ratio there. But 14 turnovers. What is that, Chad? 14-14. What's that ratio? 1?
1-1. Yep.
Okay, good.
Isaac Bruns, Ice, as he's affectionately known, led this team in scoring with 24 points. Cameron Fens had a couple just monster dunks as well. Go out and check X for the highlights if you want to see these. But Cameron finished in double digits with 11 points. Uzziah Bunton had 10, and Jesse McIntosh also had double digits for the Yotes with 11. Jordan Crawford had 9 for the Yotes as well. So a pretty balanced performance offensively for the Yotes here. And then rebounding wise, we're seeing Cam Fens 8 rebounds. Ice had 6. Bunton had 6. Jake Brack had 6. So lots of, good things happening here for the Yotes in this one, not relying on, making a bunch of 3-pointers to have to win, but, doing some good things. And on my screen, I'm not seeing it, but what was that free throw percentage down there, guys? Jordan, do you see it?
18 to 25. That's 72%, Chad.
That's pretty good, guys. That's yeah, making the free throws. It's one of those things, right? Got to make the free throws.
Yep.
All right. Well, that wraps up that game. Additionally, the women's basketball team went to Laramie and played at the Arena Auditorium in front of over 2,000 fans on Saturday. This was all happening at the exact same time as the football game, and so it was really hard to keep track of everything that was going on. But this one, the Yotes ended up with their first loss of the season. You can see it was close throughout, right? But Wyoming, if you look at every one of those quarters, in the old CBA, Continental Basketball Association, they used to give quarter points. The Yotes lost every single quarter of this one. Wyoming got a little bit of an advantage in every quarter, leading them to that 66-59 victory in this one. Interesting fact, one of the officials, Genesis Perrimond, for this one, officiated the Sioux Falls Skyforce game in Sioux Falls today. So lots of yeah, so I got to see her today.
Did she pick on a guard to consistently call?
I'm not gonna, no comment. So you can see some of the statistics in this one. Angie had 20 points in this one, 14 rebounds, guys.
Friend of the show.
Yeah.
I mean, woo, 2014. That's a day right there. But I'm sure she would trade it for a victory in this one. Molly Joyce also had 17 for the Yotes, but no one else really kind of got, going offensively in this one. Rebounding wise, Elise usually has around double digits, but only ended up with 4 in this one. So there were some things going on there, as far as I'm assuming Wyoming has some talented bigs in down low. And that's one of the things that we've seen, the Yotes really need to, hammer the glass and make sure they do things really well against those other bigs as well.
Yeah, I think I didn't watch the game, obviously, and I meant to rewatch it, but the stat that stands out here is 0 for 11 from 3.
Yep.
In a tight ball game, obviously those things make huge differences. So that's the one that popped out to me.
No, I think what we talked about last week, this is a tough road game. Whether you want to talk about the elevation, the travel, whatever, you can't go over 11. And when it's that evenly matched with points and at the free throw line, I mean, they make 3 of those, they win, right? 3 of 11 wins it. I don't know, there's other factors, but yeah, that's the biggest thing. I watched a good chunk of it while the men's basketball and then the football game was wrapping up, but over 11, that's not going to cut it in any D1 game.
Yeah, I was trying to see the rebounding statistics here. The Wyoming finished with 35 rebounds to the Yotes 33, and I think that's the first time we've been out rebounded, or nearly the first time all season. So yeah, and that obviously translates to the one loss on the scoreboard as well. So
yeah, that's my biggest thing is I just think the 3-point, if we get a few of those to fall, I think it changes the momentums of the game and it ends up differently, but just wasn't our night from the 3-point line.
So
well, Jordan, we've got a new feature sponsored by Dairy Queen that you mentioned earlier. It's the Howling Podcast Player of the Week. Who's this week's Howling Podcast Player of the Week?
Yeah, special thanks to Dairy Queen, Vermilion, Hartford, Del Rapids. Our DQ Player of the Week is Lorenzo Fenner, Zoe of USD Football. 5 catches. Of those 5 catches, 3 of them were touchdowns. Absolutely incredible catches for 115 yards. He tied the single season record for touchdowns at 14 for USD Football. So congratulations, Lorenzo Fenner of USD Football. He gets our Howling Podcast Player of the Week presented by Dairy Queen of Vermilion, Hartford, and Del Rapids.
Honorable mention to the fellow that was throwing them those balls as well in that game.
Yes, absolutely.
So, Mark, what can Yote fans look forward to this week?
Coming up this week, as we mentioned, the Yotes football team will be in Macon, Georgia, play Mercer at 11 a.m. on Saturday on ESPN Plus. You're going to be on your own, figure out how to get ESPN Plus. You can do it. I believe in you.
Just sign up for ESPN, people. It's not that hard. It's an app. You just click subscribe. Okay, Okay, sorry.
They changed all the names of their subscriptions. I find it annoying. Anyway,
Chad may release
one of
a
them will get
tutorial
you ESPN Plus, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. Men's basketball. We have a couple games versus one of our favorite institutions here in recent years, Portland State, on Wednesday, 7 p.m. And then at Northern Colorado on Saturday at 7, Saturday night game. Track and field will be up north at the Holiday Open on December 5th. Women's basketball will be at Portland State on Wednesday at 9 p.m., also on ESPN Plus. And then back home for Eastern Washington on Saturday at 1 p.m. That's a blackout. We'll be wearing black jerseys. And if you're coming out to that game, obviously football game will be wrapping up, but wear black. Get a hand-filled smartphone to catch the end of the football game and come out to the basketball game. And wear black.
What color?
Black. You have the right hat on right now. Okay, you just got to work on the
shirts.
Okay,
not the shirts.
Because you didn't have a white shirt earlier this year. I don't know. We'll get that figured out. Yeah. We'll bring President Gestring. Can we get Jordan some black shirts? Anyways, lots of stuff happening this week. And so you can obviously check that out. But I was going to make the cough thing, guys, the pending health. That was a reference to the Portland State football thing from last year, the whooping cough.
Correct.
Which canceled the game.
Yes.
So, yeah, we're not trying. We're just it's an inside joke, but all of us are in on it right now. All Yote fans should be in on this joke, wanting to make sure that there's no questions about health or anything.
And also, the Eastern Washington, don't we have a bone to pick with that institution as well? Was that the
coach?
That was the guy. Yeah, their men's basketball coach tried to maybe start a little fight with a few of our fans a couple seasons ago, but he's gone to a different school now, so I don't know. That's
Hollywood was on that team. Yeah.
Was that Hollywood?
No, Hollywood was with Denver. That was a different.
But did he go to Eastern Washington?
No, he was at Hollywood. Was at Denver.
He definitely was at Denver.
And then he went to Wyoming after that.
Oh, Wyoming.
It was Wyoming.
That's right. Sorry, you guys. If you're watching this, we have nicknames for some players.
You're like, shut the hell up and get to the eye chart of the week.
Well, before we get there, some picks of the week, Mark.
Yeah, so I wanted to give a shout out to my tailgate neighbors, Dan Logue and his crew. I believe they're the only ones that showed up tailgate this Saturday. So I've tried to beat them to a tailgate on nice days, and I cannot do it. They're there way before I get there. Great group of guys. I wish I could name them all, but I'm terrible with names. I know Dan is among them. So shout out to him and his crew for being awesome Yote fans and tailgating every single home game we had this year. They were there bright and early. So I wanted to give them a shout out. Then the other picture here, I grabbed this off of Instagram. The couple circled here. You made it to the game through a snowstorm. You got front row tickets. You are literally feet away from one of Lorenzo Fenner's amazing touchdown passes and catches. And you seem to have missed it. I don't know.
Oh, no.
I don't know if we're having a very serious couple discussion or what's happening, but I don't know. It was a great chance to be on your feet and cheering. So whoever you are, I see you.
Oh, well, speaking of that, like we always do about this time,
And that's just what they wanted to do there. And all things considered, again, as you see the eye chart cardboard cutout, how appropriate.
Through the review, the eye chart made its way to the video board. It really injected
Let's go, Mark.
some energy. Our own Mark Wendt is famous for holding up that eye chart at men's and women's basketball games when officials make questionable calls. We go ahead and give our eye chart of the week moments for this past week where questionable calls were made, whether they were in games or in life. And so for a quick review from this past week, we had two tremendous nominees in Jordan's, and the winners were Mark with the Summit League volleyball voters. Over 20,000 votes in this one, and 43.5% agreed with Mark. Jordan took the South Dakota State sympathy vote and finished in second place, and I got third place in this one. So, Mark, you get to determine how we go this week.
Well, I'm going to go last.
Okay. Who's going first?
Well, the lowest percentage should go first. So
all right.
Okay.
For my eye chart of the week this week, I'm going to go ahead and give it to meteorologists and weather prediction people. This past weekend, there was a weather event in the state of South Dakota. It was not great. However, according to all the predictions that came out, the week leading up to this, it was billed to be the storm of the century. There were predicted snow amounts of 7 to 12 inches in Vermilion. There were predicted snow amounts of a lot all over southeastern South Dakota. And not only that, but there was predicted blizzard and whiteout conditions later on in the afternoon in southeast South Dakota. None of that happened. We did get some snow. It was a little bit windy, but it's South Dakota. It's just winter, okay? Like, we need to stop scaring people into staying in their homes and feeling like if they step foot out of their house, their life is at risk. It's South Dakota. We are tough. We can leave our houses when it's snowing. I drove from my house in T, South Dakota to Vermilion and back. Weather was fine. It was not worse than any other normal day that I go to work in the winter in South Dakota. So people that give us these doomsday weather predictions, you get my eye chart of the week.
Okay, on that note, I'll go next. My eye chart of the week goes to attendance obsessors. The first week of the FCS playoffs over Thanksgiving weekend tends to see very, very low attendance numbers. That's just a fact. It's been that way for a long time. It will continue to be that way unless the structure changes. So factor that in with Mother Nature and the storm system that moved through over the weekend. And USD and the school to the north saw attendance numbers that were not ideal, not on par with other home games. And I was just, looking through the X machine and Facebook comments of other fan bases, including the Montanas, who, like to pride themselves on, oh, we're so tough. We still pack in 20,000 plus to home games. That's great for you. Vermilion has a population of 11,000 and change. Okay. Most of the fans come from outside of Vermilion. So the fact that they were able to get 3,800, I thought that was more than what was going to be there. The fact that Brookings got 3,700 or whatever, I might be off by 100 or so. I thought that was right around what I'd expect for those diehards that braved it. Good for you guys. There's no difference for the team playing outside versus inside. Folks still got to travel in, and the roads are not ideal. I was very close to joining Chad. Ultimately decided not to drive down on Saturday, but I am very happy and proud of the USD fans that went down to Vermilion or up to Vermilion or over to Vermilion to enjoy the game. But the attendance obsessors that say, well, so-and-so got this many, so-and-so got this. Who cares? It's the first round. It's Thanksgiving weekend. Mother Nature played a role. We're counting wins and dubs, not cheeks and seats. attendance obsessors get my eye chart of the week.
It's still a thing in my my timeline. So. My eye chart of the week is going to go to the referees from the Patriot League that refereed the University of South Dakota versus Drake opening round FCS playoff game in the Dakota Dome on Saturday. Of note, there was a poster on the fan forum who noted that one of the officials turned around during one of the third down that Drake had. This particular fan was yelling on his feet, clapping as we're supposed to do, and he was trying to simulate the snap to get a false start. The ref turned around and told him and pointed directly at the fan and said that, no, that's not going to fly. Never in the history of college football has that ever occurred, to my knowledge. Not a game of significance level. Like, I don't understand. Number one, referee, pay attention to the game. Stop listening to what's going on behind you and watch the game because you missed a few calls. And number two, what a ridiculous thing to say to a fan. Just overall, they did a not great job. So the Patriot League officials at the Dakota Dome on this Saturday get my eye chart of the week. Ridiculous.
Soft.
Yeah, they were bad. Number 77, I believe.
Yes.
False started about 43 times during the game, and he was getting out of his stance before the ball was snapped almost every play and not called for one single false start.
Hey, but that center judge sure as heck made sure he called 3 hands to the face on our defense, throwing the flag 25 yards.
Oh, my.
There was a couple of them like 40 yards away that threw.
Our quarterback got roughed on their sideline. Their whole bench came out into this brawl situation. None of our guys left our bench, so it's 11 versus however many they brought, and our guys held their own there. But there was
John Thayer tweeted out the pick play that was called. John got the clip. Just like oh my God, so bad.
Passing. I've never seen as many flags thrown 30 or 40 yards. I mean, guys not even in position making calls that they had no business making. I mean, we can sit here and talk about this for days and days and days.
Is it that hard though? Like maybe an advantage to the home team gets like a conference officiating crew. Like if we're hosting, why can't we get a Missouri Valley?
They'll never do that because it's I don't know. It would it would be a level of competitive fairness where maybe the officials know how one team plays and don't know how the other team plays.
And Curtis Riggs referee football, do you think?
I've seen him officiate girls flag football, and we do not want him out there officiating. He was talking to the coaches the whole time and not paying attention to what was happening. So sorry, Curtis.
Was there a fan submission? Was it the scoreboard in Brookings?
Yes. A couple fan submissions. Number one, center hung scoreboard at First Bank and Trust. That's a definite nomination. Number two, we had this one right in. Great interview with the president. Is it too early to comment on Nicole's eye chart of the week? Jordan wants to update his phone to become a green bubble. If you know, you know.
Interesting.
So Jordan Decker, you're a nominee for the eye chart of the week.
Nominated. Interesting.
So
cool.
Nicole will look for that one.
Cool.
So we'll go ahead and get these clipped out and posted so everyone
can iPhone. Still blue bubble.
Can vote. Thanks. It's been a lively board out here. I mean, Jordan, you got to get to Charlie's apparently.
I do.
Lots of great comments.
On Friday.
Officials, paid to be wrong.
Paid to be wrong. Yeah.
Officials supposed to be unbiased. Supposed to be, yeah. So yeah, lots of great comments. We appreciate everyone hanging out. I wish I was more talented and I could bring more of those comments in during the show, but we'll see what we can do. See if we can do better next week. Before we log off, though, if anyone out there needs help, go ahead and call, text, chat 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. No judgment, just help. If you need help, reach out and they will provide that help. You can call, you can text, you can chat. Go to helplinecenter.org/988 for more information. Reach out if you need help. Make sure to do exactly that. Additionally, special thanks to our title sponsor, 19 Brewing Company, Main Street, Vermilion. Make sure to go in, tell them the Howling Podcast sent you. Mark, we didn't make it out to tailgate yesterday. Where did we do our tailgating at?
We were at 19 Brewery for some legacies, and we didn't have the cheeseburger egg rolls. I wish we had, but we did get some at the game. But the legacy went down really nice. Really nice.
Very nice. Make sure to go in, tell them that we sent you. I don't know if they might just say, "Oh, congrats," but whatevs. Like
a shot.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. Always tell them that we sent you.
Worth a beer.
Additionally, thank you to our new sponsor, Dairy Queen of Hartford, Del Rapids, and Vermilion. Make sure to go check them out. Try one of those new flavorful holiday frosty. What are they called? Holiday blizzards.
Holiday eggnog shake.
Yeah, all the stuff that they have. Or just go with the OG chicken strip basket. I mean, you can't go wrong. Cheeseburger. They've got sundaes. They've got all the stuff. Go check out some stuff at Dairy Queen. Make sure to support that sponsor. I'm sure we messed lots of stuff up. We'll try to do it better next time. As always, the Howling Podcast is produced by the Wakanda Peach Company, LLC, out of Burbank, South Dakota. Until next time, go Yotes.
Go Yotes. Good night, Vermilion.
Let's go! 3 idiots on a podcast. Like,
I don't know what I'm doing.
Runza sucks.
We don't know if any of that's true, but Jordan, don't give me this technically crap. Come on.
Got personal this week.
Lots of stuff happened.
Chad Berger, Brian Dawson with USD.
Yeah, you're wrong.
You guys do it in a really professional manner, and it's awesome.